Hey guys. Okay, so let me see. Alright, so I know that yesterday in class was an odd day. And I promise you that I am an excellent teacher and am going to be with you guys 100% this year. Okay, so I don't want you to think I'm starting the year off and not going to be here or be absent or whatever. So just know that yesterday my little girl had an issue that we had to go to the doctor, and that was the reason why I was out. So that's enough about that. I just wanted you guys to know that I am sorry that I had to change plans on you, and I realize that some of you were like, oh my gosh, a quiz, but it should have been something that you were prepared for. We went over that geometry basics, and hopefully it was something that was no big deal. If it was, you and I can talk one-on-one. We can figure out what you need to do to make sure that's a positive thing for you. Okay? Alright, so obviously I'm in my house recording. This is my house. Look at all those snacks on top of that refrigerator. So, welcome to my home. Lily, do you want to say hi to everybody? Hi. This is Lily. She's drawing. Show them your face and say hi. Hi. So she's my 3-year-old, and the twins are in bed. So, anyways, I'm probably not going to make this an ed puzzle because it's already 9:17, and I'm just going to do my best to get this posted for you guys tomorrow so that you guys can do your lesson and get everything turned in. I'll tell you exactly what to do as we move through the video. She's on the phone. She's on the phone. Alright, so the part of the lesson that we left off on was page 8. Now, some classes may be a little bit further than others. If that's the case, then just, you've already had those notes filled out, so you wouldn't need to fill those out again. But some of us did not get to number 3. So I'm going to go back and start at number 3. If you need to fast forward this video just a little bit, go ahead and do so. If we look at this one, again, it talks about our complementary angles being 90 degrees, our supplementary angles being 180. Okay? It says the figure below has 2 intersecting lines. Name 2 angles that are supplementary to angle 4. So angle 4 is here. Supplementary means they are going to form a straight line. So we're going to have angle 3 because that's going to form a straight line with 4. So angle 3 and also angle 5. Those are our 2 angles that are going to be supplementary to 4. It goes on to ask how you know that those measures are going to be the same. How do we know that they're going to be the same measure? Well, you know that angle 4 plus either of those angles is going to equal, angle, but it's going to equal 180 degrees. So, it doesn't matter if we plug in angle 3 or we could plug in angle 5. Either way, that's still going to have to equal 180, and what's going to be consistent is the angle 4. So just for a quick example, like let's say that angle 4 is 80 degrees. Okay, angle 4 is 80 degrees. Well, then what does angle 3 have to be? Okay, yep, 100. Because 100 plus 80 is 180. What does angle 5 have to be? 100. I'm assuming in your head you're saying 100, so you got it. You definitely understand. Okay? Alright, so now let's look at number 4. A lot of you, this is where we stopped, and this is where you are continuing to take your notes. So you're dealing with 2 different sets of angles, and you are going to identify acute, obtuse, so on. So acute would be angle 8, angle 9. Acute over here would be angle CBD, angle DBE or angle ABF. Okay? Obtuse angles. Obtuse are going to be greater than 90, so angle 7 and angle 10. Over here, my obtuse angle would be angle ABD and angle FBE. Okay, I believe that's it. Okay, we're looking for same measure. We know over here the same measure is going to be angle 8 and angle 9. Remember, the ones that touch noses, our vertical angles are congruent, and so are angle 7 and angle 10. Those are my two pairs of vertical angles. Over here on this side, we're looking for angles that are going to be congruent. Well, we're looking at angles ABF. This one here, ABF, is going to be congruent to the ones that are that straight line. If you've got two lines that are intersecting, their opposite angles are congruent, so that's going to be angle DBE. Okay, so this one here and this one there. Same thing for the opposite angles. This angle here and this angle there. So that's going to be angle ABD and angle FBE. Okay? Sorry, my face is in the way. Alright, supplementary. Remember that supplementary means they are going to form a straight line. I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit. Okay, so supplementary straight line would be angle 7 and angle 9, or angle 7 and angle 8. Okay, you could then have angle 9 with angle 10, or 9 with 7, which we already got. And then we could also have angle 8 and angle 10 over there. Okay? Now, over here, for these, we're looking for supplementary. Okay, there's a lot of them. I'm not going to list all of them. So, one pair that I'm going to talk about is DBE, angle DBE. It is supplementary with FBE. Okay, so these two go together. Now, I'm also going to say angle FBA. FBA is with ABD. And like I said, there's a lot of those. So I'm not going to list all of those out, but you're just looking for things that are going to form 180 degrees, because that's what supplementary means. Complementary is 90. Remember, corner complementary, the C's go together. Okay? Alright, so let's look. Complementary for this one, are there any 90-degree angles? None. There are none, so we can't list any. Over here, I've got a 90-degree angle box right there. Remember, we never assume, we have to be told. So if this is 90 degrees, then its counterpart over here is going to be 90 degrees as well, which that means angle CBD right here, and DBE are going to be complementary because they form a 90-degree angle. Okay? Do you see any other ones? Did I miss anything? Oh, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could also say angle ABF, because isn't ABF congruent to DBE? Since these are congruent, this angle here plus CBD are also going to be a pair. So that one does have two sets. Those are just non-adjacent, and these are adjacent. So we have adjacent complementary, and we have non-adjacent complementary. Okay? Cool. All right, so we're moving right along. Now, none of us got to circles. Okay, so if you did this, you just did this on your own, which means you didn't watch my videos. You need to be watching my videos. You're required to watch my videos. So, this one says a chord on a circle is a segment with both endpoints on the circle. So both endpoints are on the circle. I'm wondering if I cover that up if it won't be so bright. Yeah. All right. The next one is a diameter. That's what most of us are familiar with. Let me draw you a picture of a chord. A chord says that both endpoints are on the circle. So you could have a chord over there. That would be an example of a chord. It's got two endpoints on the circle. That's another chord. Those are chords. It's got their endpoints, both endpoints on the circle. Now the diameter is a chord. Okay, so it is a chord, but it passes through the center of the circle. So an example of that would look like this. Its endpoints are on the circle and it runs straight through the center. The next one is a radius. A radius is a segment with one endpoint on the circle and one in the center. Okay? That is an example of the radius. It says, in the circle below, draw and label each geometric term. I'm going to give you a second to do that. If you need to pause the video, you can pause the video to give yourself an extra second. Alright, I'm going to show. So we have a radius OA. Okay, so I'm going to guess that O is going to be our center. A is going to be on the edge. OA. Then we have a chord BA. So here's A. I'm going to just draw B off to the side. Now, yours doesn't necessarily have to look exactly like mine. That's totally fine if it doesn't. And then our diameter is going to be CA. So I'm going to just put C down here. So C to A is going to be my diameter. So the diameter goes all the way across, and then my chord just comes somewhere off to the side. Okay? Alright, number 6. Referring to your drawing above, what is the geometric term for point O? Well, it's the center. Super fancy name. Super fancy geometric name. It is called the center. Number 7. It says the circles below are concentric. Did I say that word right? Okay, concentric. Meaning that they are the same center. So they share a center. The center of both circles is P. Okay, so we're looking at this example down here on your page. Okay, so these two have the same center. It then goes on to say, explain why circle P is not an appropriate name for the smaller circle. Why can I not say, color circle P red? Well, you wouldn't know which circle is P. It's not specific enough. Okay, so it's not specific enough. You've got to be able to identify specifically who's who. Just like with an angle, you guys, when we were talking about angles and we had several different angles all sharing the same vertex, I couldn't just say, okay, I need you to give me angle B. Well, you didn't know which one we were talking about. That's why we had to be more specific. Same thing with circles. You've got to make sure you are specific with those circles. It says propose an alternate name for both the smaller circle that is appropriate. Justify your choice. So what do y'all think? instead of saying just circle P, could we say circle P with a radius of segment PQ? Now, if I said that to you, is that specific enough? I want you to color the circle P red that has a radius of PQ. I think that's pretty clear. You would know that you need to color the small inside circle. Okay? Moving on. Flying through this lesson. All right, let's look at number 8. We are going to check our understanding. So it says right here, compare and contrast acute angle, obtuse angle, right angle, and straight angle. So compare and contrast means to tell what they have in common and what they have that's different. So you could say these are less than 90, greater than 90, equal to 90, and equal to 180. What do they have in common? Well, they're all angles, okay? They all have a range of a degree measurement, whether it's, 55 or whether it's 85, okay? They all have some type of degree angle. All right, let's talk about number 9. Number 9 says the measure of angle A is 42 degrees. I hope she's not distracting you guys. There's nothing I can do with her. She's just nothing I can do with her. The measure of angle A is 42 degrees. What is the measure of an angle that's complementary? Well, that means they need to equal 90. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 90 minus 42. What's 90 minus 42? 48. So it's going to be 48 degrees. That would be its complementary angle. Well, what about supplementary? Supplementary is going to be 180 minus the 42. What's 180 minus 42? 138. Draw circle P. So we're drawing our own circle P. It says draw a segment that has one endpoint on the circle but is not a chord. So if it has one endpoint on the circle but is not a chord, could that be a radius? I think so. So 1 point on the circle, 1 point on the center. That's not a chord, okay, but it is a segment. That's what they wanted. That's a radius. Then it says, draw a segment that intersects the circle in 2 points and contains the center, but is not the radius, not the diameter, not the chord. Okay, so you're looking at a segment that is just going to pass through the circle. It doesn't stop on the circle. It just goes straight through the center. You just are dealing with a line, or a segment, a segment that passes through the circle and intersects in 2 places. That's that. All right, so this is where we're going to stop. Okay, we're not going to go any farther than this because I'm not in class today, so we're just going to take it easy, take those notes, and then do this homework assignment. So if you are in class today with our substitute, you are now working on this in class. If you're one of my virtual kids, complete that whenever you have time to do that, and make sure it's submitted before midnight. Your homework is problems 11 through 15. Don't forget, you must submit a picture of your notes on each one and also your homework. Several of you have had questions about submitting things on Kami. Y'all, there are lots of people that have got it figured out. They are going to be the experts on that because they are students doing it. I can try to help you, but like I said, I see the teacher side of it. I don't see the Kami side of it. So let me show you and give you just a little bit of advice that has helped me do things. if you look, let me turn my brightness down. If you look at my phone, you should be able to see I have the Drive app along with a ton of other random apps. Let me see. Why can you not see this? Is that better? Yes, you can see my Google Drive app. Okay, so I've downloaded this app from the App Store. It's free. I have created all of these folders. I want you to be able to see that are appropriate for me. I have 2002 Algebra 2. I'm sorry, 2002. Good Lord. I was like in college. No, high school. 2020 Algebra 2, 2020 Geometry, all kinds of stuff. Okay? So, what you could do is create yourself a folder. You do plus, give yourself a folder, call it Miss Cole's Class. Okay? That could be helpful for you to have there. Okay? Then, when you get ready to upload a picture, you could then take a picture of your notes and your homework. Okay? Just like this. There's my notes and homework. Nothing fancy about it, but there it is. Then I can click the up arrow. That allows me to like send a text message, send an email, all of these different things. What I'm going to do is scroll through my apps that are available to me. Look, there's TikTok. You know how to do it. And there should be a Google Drive. Why is my Google Drive not there? Let me click more. And there it is. There's my Google Drive. So I don't know why it's not one of the first choices, but if yours is not, you would then click on Drive. And then it's going to ask you to sign in. So I'm going to sign in with K. Cole, my school. Then I'm going to label this page. What page is this? Page 10. Or you could name it whatever you wanted to. Homework for 9, 10. Okay, whatever you want to do, it's up to you to give it a name. Then you come down here, select your folder. Go to your Drive. Put it in the class that you want it to be in. Click Save Here. Now that doesn't save it, that just tells you where it's going to save. So you can see at the bottom it says my school email address. It's going to be saved into that folder, and it says not shared. I don't think that you're going to share that with anybody, so just not shared. And then you are going to upload. It's uploading that to my Drive. Okay? Then from there you could get onto your desktop, your laptop, go to your Google Drive, and you're going to see that. I believe I'll be able to share that with you. Let's check it out. If I go up here, this should bring up Google. I go to my little apps buttons. Y'all, if you know how to do this, you don't have to continue to watch this video. This is just for my people that are needing some help. Obviously, that didn't work out. Let's try that again. Well, okay, so it's not one to work for me right now, such is life. So if you do get that to work, what you could do is you could just open this up from here with your apps, and it's going to be in your Google Drive. Then you could drop it onto your Kami document. Let's try that. Perfect. So here's my Drive, opening up on my desktop. I did have some people say that theirs would not directly load from Google Drive, so once they got onto their computer, they just saved it to their computer and then uploaded it from their computer. That would work too. I know that some of you are struggling with Kami. I do know that, but We have got to learn it out. Once you guys get it and you understand, I feel like it's going to be the easiest thing that you've ever done. There's just a learning curve. Know that I am trying very hard to be patient with you. I'm trying to answer all of your questions. So I will support you as much as I can, but you have got to turn your assignments into Canvas. Absolutely have to. You cannot email them to me, text them to me, nothing. They have to be in Canvas. But you can see it's right there, page 10, homework number 9. If you needed to, you could save that onto your PC, or you could just upload it from your drive directly to Canvas. Hopefully that helps you guys. I want it to be easy. I want you to be able to just turn in a piece of paper to me, but that's not what we're doing right now. So let's just figure it out and have a good attitude and keep working. All right. Well, I hope that you guys have a great day. Make sure you get your homework submitted before the end of the day. Bye.